Welcome back, everybody. Today we're solving the 2022 Waec Ssce for the mathematics questions. Let's go straight to it. Number 1. A binary operation delta, this is a symbol of a binary operation, is defined on the set of real numbers R by x delta y equals square root of x plus y minus xy over 4. It's a big square root. Where x and y are members of R. Where x and y are members of R. Find the value of 4 delta 3. That's going to be equal to the square root of 4 plus 3 minus 4 times 4 plus 3 minus 4 times 3 over 4. And that's the same as the square root of 4 plus 3 is 7 minus 4 times 3 divided by 4. That's 12 over 4, which is 3. And that simply means the square root of 4, which is 2. So the answer is 2, and we go straight to the next. That's number 2. Simplify 3 root 6 plus root 54 all over root 5 into brackets 3 root 5, and the whole of that raised to power minus 1. That's equal to root 54 is the same as root 9 times root 6, which will be 3 times root 6, and that's 3 root 6. So that means 3 root 6 plus 3 root 6 all over root 5 times 3 root 5 is the same as 3 root 25. And that means 3 times 5, which is 15. Raised to the whole of that raised to power minus 1 equals 3 root 6 plus 3 root 6 is 6 root 6 all over 15 raised to power minus 1. 6 over 15 is the same as 2 over 5. So that simply means 2 root 6 all over 15 raised to power minus 1. And that's 1 divided by 2 root 6 over, what am I writing? 6 over 15, 3 here 2, 3 here 5. 6 over 15 is the same as 2 over 5. So that's 2 root 6 over 5 raised to power minus 1. And that simply means 1 divided by 2 root 6 all over 5, which is the same as 1 times 5 over 2 root 6, and that's 5 all over 2 root 6. Now we rationalize to get 5 over 2 root 6 times root 6 all over times root 6 all over root 6, and that gives us 5 root 6 over 2 root 36, which is the same as 2 times 6, and that's 12 all over 12, and that's the answer, 5 root 6 over 12. Now we go straight to the next. If log, and that's number 3, if log 3x minus 1 base 10 plus log 4 base 10 equals log 9x plus 2 base 10. Find the value of x. This is the same as, the left hand side is the same as log 3x minus 1 times 4 base 10 equals log 9x plus 2 base 10. We know that log p base b plus log q base b is the same as log pq base b. Now, I can open the brackets on the left hand side to get log 12x minus 4. Log 12x minus 4 base 10 equals log 9x plus 2 base 10. Now, if log 12x to base 10 is the same as log 9x plus 2 to base 10, that means 12x minus 4 is the same as 9x plus 2. If the logarithm of 12x minus 4 base 10 is equal to the logarithm of 9x plus 2 base 10, that means 12x minus 4 is equal to 9x plus 2. The logarithm of a number to a particular base, if the logarithm of a number to a particular base is equal to the logarithm of another number to the same base, that means those two numbers are equal. And this simply means 12x minus 9x equals 2 plus 4. And that means 3x equals 6, which means x equals 2. Now we go straight to the next. The next one is number 4, and that simplify 9 times 3 raised to power n plus 1 minus 3 raised to power n plus 2 all over 3 raised to power n plus 1 minus 3 raised to power n. 9 is the same as 3 raised to power 2, so this simply means 3 raised to power 2 times 3 raised to power n plus 1 minus 3 raised to power n plus 2 all over 3 raised to power n plus 1 minus 3 raised to power n. Now the numerator becomes 3 raised to power 2 plus n plus 1, or I can write it as n plus 1 plus 2. When you multiply, you add powers. That's according, yes, using the laws of indices. Minus 3 raised to power n plus 2 all over 3 raised to power n plus 1 minus 3 raised to power n. Now I can see that I can also make 3 raised to power n plus 2 out of this. So 3 raised to power n plus 1 plus 2 is the same as 3 raised to power n plus 2 times 3 raised to power 1. Yes, this is the same as this. I'm just writing it this way so that there can be a common term between it and this one. Yes, so minus 3 raised to power n plus 2 all over 3 raised to power n plus 1 is the same as 3 raised to power n times 3 raised to power 1 minus 3 raised to power n. Now you can say that there's a common term between this one and this one, between these two terms. Now that simply means 3 raised to power, if I factor out 3 raised to power n plus 2, yeah, from the two terms at the numerator, I'm going to get 3 raised to power n plus 2 into bracket 3 minus 1 all over. Now I'm factoring 3 raised to power n out of this term and this term, and that simply means 3 raised to power n into bracket 3 raised to power 1, which is 3, minus 1. And that means 3 raised to power n plus 2 times 2 all over 3 raised to power n times 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and then we are left with 3 raised to power n plus 2 divided by 3 raised to power n, which simply means 3 raised to power n plus 2 minus n. N minus n is 0, and that's 3 raised to power 2, which is equal to 9. And we go straight to the next. The next one is That's number 6. The function f given by this 2x squared plus 3x minus 7, and the function g, which is given by this 5x squared plus 7x minus 6. F is 2x squared plus 3x minus 7, and g is 5x squared plus 7x minus 6. The two functions are defined on the set of real numbers R. Find the values of x for which 3 times f of x is equal to g of x. Let me take the question again very quickly. The functions f and g are defined on the set R of real numbers. Find the values of x for which 3 times f of x is equal to g of x. So that simply means 3 times f of x, which is 3 into bracket 2x squared plus 3x minus 7 equals g of x, which is 5x squared plus 7x minus 6. And that's the same as 6x squared plus 9x minus 21 equals 5x squared plus 7x minus 6. Now I'm moving the whole of the left hand side, of the right hand side rather, to the left hand side. So that simply means 6x squared plus 9x minus 21 minus 5x squared minus 7x plus 6 equals 0. And this is the same as 6x squared minus 5x squared is x squared. 9x minus 7x is 2x. And then minus 21 plus 6 is minus 15 equals 0. Now how do we factorize? We can solve this by the factorization method, and that becomes x squared. This is what you do. Multiply x squared by minus 15. That's going to give us minus 15x squared. Now we think of two factors whose product is minus 15x squared and whose sum is plus 2x. And those factors are 5x and minus 3x. 5x minus 3x is 2x, and at the same time 5x times minus 3x is minus 15x squared. So we replace 2x with 5x minus 3x, and that's the next thing. So x squared plus 5x minus 3x minus 15 equals 0. And that simply means x into bracket x plus 5 minus 3 into bracket x plus 5 equals 0, which means x minus 3 times x plus 5 equals 0. And this simply means x minus 3 equals 0 or x plus 5 equals 0. And that means x equals 3 or x equals minus 5. And that's the answer simply x equals 3 or minus 5. We go straight to the next, which is number 7. Express 4 pi over 5 radians in degrees. When we are changing the pi radians to degrees, we multiply by the ratio 180 degrees over pi. And when we are changing degrees to pi radians, we multiply by the ratio pi over 180 degrees. Here we are changing pi radians to degrees, so we are multiplying by this ratio 180 over pi. So that means 4 pi over 5 is the same as 4 pi over 5 radians in degrees is the same as 4 pi over 5 times 180 degrees all over 5. 180 degrees over pi. Pi cancels pi. We have said when we are changing pi radians to degrees, we multiply by the ratio 180 degrees over pi. And when we are changing degrees to pi radians, we multiply by the ratio pi over 180 degrees. So and we're left with 4 times 180 divided by 5 is the same as 144. So the answer is 144 degrees. And we go straight to the next, which is number 8. Number 8, given that 8x plus m all over x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals 5 all over x plus 1 plus 3 over x minus 4. Find the value of m. Okay, if they said it's equivalent, actually, find the value of m. This is the same as the right hand side. There is the same as, let's find the LCM, which is x plus 1 times x minus 4. And then we have, when we divide this by x plus 1, we get x minus 4. And we multiply that by 5, which means 5 into bracket x minus 4 plus, if you divide this LCM by x minus 4, we get x plus 1 and multiply that by 3. 3 into bracket x plus 1. And that's equal to, we can now open the bracket, 5x minus 20 plus 3x plus 3 all over x plus 1 times x minus 4. And this simply means 5x plus 3x is 8x minus 20 plus 3 is minus 17 all over x plus 1 times x minus 4. Or they didn't use is equal to, they put the sign of equivalence. So that simply means 8x plus m over x squared minus 3x minus 4 is equivalent to 8x minus 17 all over x plus 1 times x minus 4. That means m is equal to minus 17. That's m simply. Now we go straight to the next, which is number, we go to the next, and what's that? That's number 9. Number 9. If x squared plus y squared minus 2x minus 6y plus 5 equals 0, evaluate dy dx when x equals 3 and y equals 2. This is what we do. We just differentiate this function and put x equals 3 and y equals 2 in whatever we get. Now, so this is an implicit function, and when you differentiate, this is an implicit function. And when we differentiate an implicit function, we must make sure that every time we differentiate a y, we attach dy dx to it. That's it. We attach dy dx to it. That's the trick. So let's go. 2x, the derivative of 2x squared is 2x. The derivative of x squared rather is 2x plus the derivative of y is 2y. And since it's an implicit function, we attach dy dx to any y that we differentiate. The derivative of minus 2x is minus 2. The derivative of minus 6y is minus 6. And we attach dy dx as usual. The derivative of 5 is 0, so that's just 0. And then we say equals 0. And this simply means we can put this and this together. Now, I can write that as 2y minus 6 dy dx. That's just bringing out the dy dx and the two, factoring dy dx out of the two of them. Plus, okay, when I write that, I can move 2x minus 2 to the right hand side, and that becomes minus 2x plus 2. Now 2 is common to 2y and minus 6, so I can write it as 2 into bracket y minus 3 dy dx equals 2 is also common to the two terms on the right hand side. That's 2 into bracket minus x plus 1. Now if I divide both sides by 2, I'm going to have y minus 3 dy dx. Y minus 3 dy dx equals minus x plus 1 is the same as 1 minus x. So dy dx is therefore equal to 1 minus x all over y minus 3. And we know that x equals 3 and y equals 2. So that simply means dy dx equals 1 minus 3 all over 2 minus 3, which is the same as minus 2 all over minus 1. And that simply means dy dx equals 2. And that's the answer, very, very simply. We go straight to the next, which is number 10. Evaluate this the integral with limit 0, 1 of x squared into brackets x cubed plus 2 raised to power 3 with respect to x. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to evaluate the integral first before putting the limit. The integral of x squared into brackets x cubed plus 2 raised to power 3 dx is equal to do this, I'm going to say let u be equal to x cubed plus 2. That simply means du dx will be equal to 3x squared. Du dx is 3x squared, which means du dx equals 3x squared, and dx will be equal to du all over 3x squared. So that simply means the integral of x squared into brackets x cubed plus 2 raised to power x cubed plus 2 raised to power 3 dx is the same as the integral of x squared times u raised to power 3, because this is u, times u raised to power 3 times dx, which is du all over 3x squared. Now 3x squared cancels 3x squared, and this becomes the integral of u cubed over 3 with respect to u, which I can also write as 1 over 3 multiplied by the integral of u cubed with respect to u. And that's the same as 1 over 3 times, this will be u raised to power 4 over 4 plus c, which simply means u over 4 raised to power 12. Sorry, u raised to power 4 over 12 plus c. And I know what u raised to power 4 is, which is, what is u? U is x cubed plus 2. X cubed plus 2. So that simply means the integral of x squared into brackets x cubed plus 2 raised to power 3 dx is equal to u, which is x cubed plus 2 raised to power 4 over 12 rather, plus c. So that therefore means the integral with limit 0, 1 of x squared into brackets x cubed plus 2 raised to power 3 with respect to x is the same as this. I don't need the constant c when I'm evaluating the definite integral, and that's going to be, I just write x cubed plus 2 raised to power 4 over 12 and put the limit. This is 0 and this is 1, so which is the same as, what you just do is put 1 here, substitute 1 for x in this in that function, and subtract what you get when you substitute 0 for x in it. That means 1 cubed plus 2 raised to power 4 over 12 minus 0 cubed plus 2 raised to the power 4 all over 12. And that's the same as 1 cubed is 1 plus 2, that's 3. 3 raised to the power 1 cubed is 1 plus 2. 1 cubed is 1 plus 2, that's 3. 3 raised to the power 4 is 81. That's 81 over 12 minus 0 cubed is 0 plus 2, that's 2. 2 raised to the power 4 is 16 all over 12. And that same thing means 81 minus 16. 81 minus 16 is the same as 65. I think that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. That's 65 all over 12. And that's it. Very, very simply. Let's pause there and come back in a sec. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Thank you.